Hello everyone and welcome to our TTM Summer Surge Bracket Showdown All-Star Matchup versus game round 1 against the Thechoicespecs. And we are going to be taking on this battle right here, right now for you guys. Obviously, this one matters, but not as much as the next one. So I get at least two. If you didn't watch the team builder or the draft analysis, then you may not know the full bracket format, but it is seeding, so it puts us either into the gold bracket or the silver bracket, and then from there we will play single elimination. So if we lose after this, we're out. But if we lose this one, we just go into the silver bracket, we're still in, and we play on. Even if we win this one, we don't drop into the silver bracket, we're out. Like, one loss after this anywhere, whether I win or lose. So, like, this game, it matters for seeding, and the prize money, if I do win, is different, depending on gold or silver, and like level of competition is probably different, and the teams are different, but this is our chance to get into the gold bracket. This is the game. We are going to be bringing in Emboar, Hitmonlee, rotom-frost, Miltank, Metang, and Grumpig. If you don't know those sets, I encourage you to watch the team builder. My opponent, Thechoicespecs, I'm predicting Donphan, Masquerain, Pyroar, Blastoise, Alolan Ninetales, and Alolan Sandslash, but the Sceptile could definitely come. I can see that happening. Sandslash is a questionable bring, in my opinion. It is really good with his Ninetales, but my team handles it pretty well. Anyway, if you want to, I will have his link in the description below, so I hope you guys go check that out, and I will get you guys back here as soon as we get connected with Thechoicespecs and get this battle started for you guys. We're not going to waste any more of your time. So, see you in a second. So, we're going to see what he's going to bring. We're going to jump right back into this, and we are going to get started. Let's see what he's got for us. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? I always love this moment. Drifblim is here instead of the Pyroar? Okay, he's got to have some sort of tech, because Pyroar looked a lot scarier to my team, I think, than Drifblim did. But he's got to have some sort of tech on that thing, because I'm not sure what he's gonna have it do. Now, without the Pyroar, really nothing is going to want to take a hit from an Emboar, honestly. Even Pyroar didn't want to take it, so I could lead Emboar. Donphan would be a scary lead on his part if I do lead with my Emboar. Because Earthquake has a chance to kill, and I don't do a lot of damage. So I could lead rotom-frost as well, which checks a good amount of his team, including that Donphan. Donphan can only really set up rocks against the Rotom, and even then does not want to take a Blizzard very much at all. Miltank would also be another pretty safe lead, but I think Rotom makes the most sense. It does deal with the Donphan, stops the Masquerain from freely setting up sticky webs early game, and I don't have Defog this week, so we are going to have to watch out for that. But good luck to my opponent, and we're going to get this battle started, so I should mark down that he has, in my notes, that he has the Drifblim, not the Pyroar. Honestly, sort of surprising to me that that's the case. So Pyroar, come down here, and you two come up here while we wait. Rotom's going to come out. Heimlich is the Masquerain. Okay. So he probably wanted to get his sticky webs up right away, but he's not going to be able to do that. He could go out of the Donphan here, for sure. Blizzard is a really safe play, unless, of course, I miss, which, you know, that's not safe at all. Rotom does outspeed the Masquerain. I could just go for a Volt Switch. If he does go into his Donphan at that point, then I can just go out into something like Miltank to take the hits and Toxic the Donphan at that point. So I kind of want to just click Volt Switch. I do have speed, I will kill. I don't know if the Donphan will come in because of the potential Blizzard, so he could go out into like the Ninetales to take the Blizzard, or the Blastoise to take the Blizzard. It's a really interesting interaction because Blizzard is the safe play, which makes Blastoise the natural option for Blizzard, but obviously with the electric typing, I could go for the electric move, and since both hit the Masquerain really hard, we put ourselves in a very advantageous position, but he could get a very advantageous position himself by getting the Donphan in for free here, because of the move that I clicked. Now, he doesn't know that I'm choiced either, so he might have Focus Sash. He might have Focus Sash. And he's sashed. Which I'm okay with, because I can now freely go into Metang. He could set up his sticky webs, which like are annoying, but at the end of the day, they don't scare me that much. And there's the sticky web. Okay, so yeah. He sashed sticky web. That's fine. Whoops, I did those in the wrong order. Sash, sticky web. And so I can bullet punch, take him out. He could switch out here. He could just attack. I think bullet punch is the safest play. I can set up my rocks later, or I can just set them up right now, force him to maybe defog. He can't Oko me with anything, and Metang's HP, like, yeah, it's important in some level, but as long as it's alive, it's valuable. And Masquerade's not taking it out with any hit, so I'm going to click my Stealth Rocks here. And he is going to switch out. Now, he could have spin on any number of things, but I want to see what it is. So he goes onto the Donphan here. I think I click Toxic on the following turn. Donphan, if he's max attack, Adamant, let's say he's Banded. Banded kills, otherwise he doesn't. And so I'm just going to click Toxic on the Donphan, see what he wants to do. He might set up his own rocks, he might spin. Either way. My team doesn't get too scared by rocks in general, with only Rotom being weak to them, and both Hitmonlee and Metang resisting them. So I'm going to use Toxic. We are going to land our Toxic here, so that's good. Start whittling down the Donphan. That is important for my Hitmonlee later in the game, which still does definitely have a good chance to do what it needs to do. And he goes for the knockoff, which is fine. He knocks off my Eviolite. But we do get the Toxic off, and I think that's a trade that I'm willing to make. He can knock off again here. I could go out into my Emboar, but I don't think that's a good play. I don't think it's time for my Hitmonlee to come in either, which makes the only switch into my Miltank, potentially, which appreciates leftovers, but doesn't require leftovers in order to succeed. His Drifblim does wall my Miltank, except for my ability to click Toxic on it. And if he unburdens on his Miltank, obviously, or his Miltank, if he unburdens on his Drifblim, that's obviously going to be really, really fast. So I do have to watch out for that. Miltank does handle a variety of things in his team, but I think this is going to be my best play here. Is saving this with the Bullet Punch for later. It can't be brought down in speed by the Sticky Webs, so he could just set up his rocks here. That's a pretty, yeah. So rocks come up, and that's, again, not having defog was obviously something I knew was going to be notable this game. But he is going to take some toxic damage. If he wants to get a knockoff off here, he can. I can Seismic Toss on the Drifblim, and if he does go into it, then I can just Toxic that on the following turn, or Seismic Toss on whatever he wants to go into. At this point, if he spins, then he takes some damage, and I get my leftovers back, so that spin doesn't end up mattering. I can still set up my rocks later with the Metang. He could have spin on Blastoise as well, so that is something to consider. And he could defog on Drifblim if he really wants to. He could have spin on Sandslash. Like, his whole team has spin. But I figured might as well set up the rocks on the potential Masquerade in there. So that first turn, going out into my Emboar would have been the best play on the knockoff, but that would have been really risky because if he went for an Earthquake, that would have been scary. So we did see him do about 50% with a knockoff, so he's probably very attack invested, honestly. Very offensive, Donphan. We are going to get the Seismic Toss off here, and he goes for the knockoff. Fine. So yeah, he knocks off my leftovers. Does a lot of damage. So yeah, he's definitely attack invested, but we are Toxicking him, wearing him down. He could go out into his Drifblim here. Drifblim to my Miltank. How much are you doing with anything? Like if Drifblim is like max attack adamant, it's doing, and it has no item. Acrobatics is doing about 40%. So I can definitely Milk Drink and Toxic. So yeah, let's Seismic Toss here. He could Earthquake. And if he does, then arguably the best play would have been to go for a Milk Drink. Just because this will then take out, after the Toxic, this will take out the Donphan. Z. Groundium? Groundium Z, okay. So he's got Earthquake, but he's dead to Toxic right now. So we're trading. And Metang gets the kill here. I don't know if we're keeping stats in this league, but Metang kills Donphan with Toxic damage. And Miltank does not survive that, so Donphan kills Miltank with Groundium Z. And we trade. So probably not his spinner. Blastoise is probably his spinner. I do have rocks on his side of the field. Rotom is a pretty free switch into whatever he wants to bring in right now. It does take 25%, but he doesn't have the Hail, so I don't think Sandslash is coming in. With Donphan gone, I can freely click Thunderbolt on just about anything. He could go out into the Ninetales here, which definitely would be annoying, but Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt after Stealth Rocks. I mean, if he doesn't set up his Aurora Veil, then it kills. If he does, then 2 of them kill. But I could Volt Switch and check that. So we're going to go into Rotom. And Chrome comes out. Chrome is the Ninetales. So let's see that Hail. Let's see that Hail. Girl, let's see your Hail. So I could go for a Volt Switch here. He knows we're not Scarfed now because he outsped, unless he's Scarfed, which I doubt. He's probably Aurora Veil. I did lose my Brick Breaker, which is obviously not what you want when you're facing down in a Alolan Sandslash. But we do outspeed it with our Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee can't break Blastoise by itself, though, which is really, really annoying, because otherwise I would definitely just be able to go into Hitmonlee, at which point, once I get that Blastoise weakened, then Hitmonlee wins the game. So that's really the goal right now, and wearing down the Ninetales is really cool, so I'm going to go for Volt Switch. If he goes for a Moonblast, then that's fine. If he goes for an Aurora Veil, then that's fine. Because that just crit him. I actually am not happy about that. I know it's like not terrible. Kills Ninetales with Volt Switch. Like, it's supposed to be good, but I actually would have preferred to potentially stall out another turn and not get him a safe switch into his Sandslash. Okay. Hold on. I don't want him going into Sandslash right now. Sorry, I'm like eating my... I'm like eating something. Alright, so through Reflect, Emboar still Okos with Flare Blitz. So I can threaten his entire team with Emboar right now. Since even after Rocks, Blastoise, you're not Mega. I mean, Water Spout kills, I guess, but Scald doesn't, even after Rocks, right? There's a very small chance Scald kills after Rocks. And that's only if he's modest max special attack. So we are definitely. I'm really just trying to pressure the Sandslash to not show up right now, because Sandslash doesn't OHKO me. There's no way it's banded. It's gotta be Life Orbed. Actually, if he's adamant max attack, he can kill after Rocks with the Sandslash. So at that point, my only switch would be out into Grumpig, if he does go straight into Sandslash. If he does go straight into Sandslash, then my excuse me, switch is into Grumpig. Emboar. What does Emboar do for me the rest of this game? Not much. Not much. So I could just sack it. Mr. Big. That is the Sandslash. So he's got to be Life Orb. He's got to be Life Orb max attack, right? Like I just don't see anything else. And I think he calcs that he does kill me with an Earthquake. Do I need my Embor? No, right? I really don't. Doesn't pressure anything. It underspeeds everything. So I'm gonna just go for a Fiery MZ, and if he does kill me, he does kill me. There's the Earthquake. We're gonna scout. If he's not Life Orb, then he doesn't kill, so... Yeah, okay, so there's the Life Orb. Let me see it, let me see it. Let me see that Life Orb. Let me see that Life Orb. Hey! Hey! Okay, there we go. Earthquake. And so now, Sand Slash kills Embor with Earthquake. Now, Hitmonlee does outspeed this thing. And after that Life Orb hit, through Reflect, Close Combat still kills. Blastoise is the major problem here. It's like the major annoyance to me right now. In that Close Combat's only doing about 30% to it. And if I'm at -1 or -2, like, that's not great. And I don't want to waste it because then his Drifblim will outspeed my entire team and potentially take my whole team out. So I think Grumpig is the play. Grumpig does take on the Sand Slash. Ironhead does like 50%. But I can protect for a turn of Leftovers as well as a turn of Hail as well as a turn of Aurora Veil. So if he's Light Clay, then he's got Aurora Veil for a while. We're going to take a look at it. So yeah, he's still got it for a long time. If he was Hail boosting, then that's that. But I'm going to protect here to scout what he's going to want to do. Because Rotom can 1v1 the Blastoise if it has to. It outspeeds it. Thunderbolt kills it after rocks. I just need my Hitmonlee to kind of handle the Drifblim. So he goes for Icicle Crash. Not interesting. Okay. Oh wait, I don't get any leftovers because of the Hail, but that's okay. He goes for Icicle Crash. Grumpig eats Icicle Crash because I'm thick fat. So I can rock out my Hidden Power Fire right here. I know it's not going to do a ton. It should do like 40%. But then I can protect again. And that'll be fine. So he goes for the Ironhead now. So he was, I think, maybe scouting with Protect. I'm not sure. But no flinch, which is great. Hidden Power Fire comes out. And he could Swords Dance here. He could Swords Dance here. Do I don't care, though, because I just go into Hitmonlee either way at this point. I think I have to. Unfortunately for my... Yeah, I think I have to just go into Hitmonlee. And then I don't know how... I just don't know how I'm going to handle the Drifblim if I do that. Because Hitmonlee's going to die to the Blastoise. I mean, Swords Dance doesn't matter. So I should protect no matter what. And actually, this is the last turn of Hail or Aurora Veil, one of the two. So I'm going to protect here. It could be the end of both. That'd be crazy. Yeah, there's a Swords Dance. So I could have predicted that, but it wasn't really worth it. Because if Hail ends here, then I outspeed. I think. Yeah. I might outspeed. I naturally outspeed, but if he's running a lot of investment, then he does outspeed me. But Rotom will outspeed him, now that the Hail's gone. So there's the Ironhead, so he's going to take me out. But now I don't have to go into my Hitmonlee yet, which is fantastic. I can go into Rotom, which should outspeed him, no matter what. Rotom is designed to outspeed a lot of things. The other option, now Aurora Veil's still up, so I have to go into Rotom here. And I can click Thunderbolt. I don't have to Volt Switch. I can just click Thunderbolt. So Sand Slash kills Grumpig with Ironhead, and then Rotom kills Sand Slash with Thunderbolt. So this is the Blastoise. Are you Scarfed? I like don't don't expect it to be Scarf Blastoise, I'm gonna be honest. That'd be crazy tech right now. That'd be crazy tech. You are not Mega, you are just regular Blastoise. And Scald doesn't kill. Aura Sphere could kill, if he has it. There's one more turn of Aurora Veil. Which means Thunderbolt doesn't kill. But Thunderbolt... Hold on. I gotta do some real calcs here, because Thunderbolt plus Metang's Bullet Punch? I'm unclear. I think I should switch into Metang. Because Rotom still outspeeds his team. And it definitely is Blastoise unless he's Scarfed Blastoise. Although Blastoise may not kill my Rotom. Like, that's modest max special attack. If he's, like, bulky, then he may not kill Rotom. But Rotom threatens Drifblim before it gets its boost off. I mean, I really need damage on Blastoise, but I think Metang, sacking Metang and going back into Rotom is going to be the better play here. I probably should have just Volt Switched then, but that's okay. It baited in the Blastoise at least, on the last turn of Aurora Veil. And he does just go for the Scald. Scald actually wouldn't have killed, which is really kind of upsetting. No burn. You see leftovers, not Scarf. So, and not Wakanberry. That's really important. I'm going to go for the Bullet Punch, just because. He could go out into his Drifblim here, just to try to get the boost, but I need my Hitmonlee to outspeed it after the boost, and if I threaten it out, which I Oko with Stone Edge, I have to land a Stone Edge, but if I do, so Rotom comes back in here. No light screen. Thunderbolt should kill. And if it doesn't, then Hitmonlee, it puts it in range where Hitmonlee does kill. It still comes down to me landing a Stone Edge at the end of the day. That is what this game is going to boil down to. Is can Goldoa Dragon land a Stone Edge? I'm sad he went for Scald, because then I could have Thunderbolted twice. I would have survived. But, let's see. Takes that out. He doesn't have the boost yet from Drifblim. I don't know what it could be running. Maybe Wakanberry would be crazy tech. But honestly, this Rotom does outspeed it. And after Stealth Rocks, it doesn't have the boost yet. Whatever its boost may be, definitely is Unburden. If it's Wakanberry Unburden, that'd be... I'd go nuts. I'd go ballistic if it's Wakanberry Unburden. But if not, Rotom does outspeed. Thunderbolt's 100% accurate. And there's Thunderbolt. And takes out the Drifblim. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I just deleted Drifblim from the record. Just from the record. So Blastoise, I didn't write all these down. Blastoise kills Metang with Scald, and then rotom-frost kills Blastoise with Thunderbolt, and then rotom-frost kills Drifblim with Thunderbolt, and then Masquerain dies to Stealth Rock from Metang. So would I like to say battle video? Yes, and that, guys, puts us in the gold bracket. Whoa! I don't really know what the difference is, except that one of them you get to face the players who won, and the other one you face the players who lost. Otherwise, not any different. This battle didn't matter except for seeding again, like I said. So it was more of just like a trial run with these low-tier mons, but it proves that this team has potential, despite my draft being really weird. I'm not gonna lie, it was a very strange draft, but Rotom-Frost is an amazing low-tier Rotom form. Miltank, I don't know what it's doing in this format, to be perfectly honest. So, between the two of them, I think about a team, and again, I think, if Hitmonlee had landed a Stone Edge, I still would have won that game anyway, even if Rotom hadn't managed to do what it did, because it got the White Herb into Unburden, which allowed it to be faster than the Drifblim, which was the plan of it. And it had Stone Edge for the Drifblim. Nothing else would have killed, but Stone Edge would kill after Stealth Rocks, depending on his set. So, that's that, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed the battle. I will see you all next week as we take on somebody, depending on who wins and who loses, somebody, in the round of 16 in the, or 32, the next round in the gold bracket, as my namesake would suggest, but next loss and we're out. So, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all later. Take care, everybody.